Have you ever wondered what the childhood of a genius like Albert Einstein looked like? Welcome to a journey back in time to the late 19th century in the charming city of Ulm, Germany. Here in 1879, a child was born to Hermann and Pauline Einstein, a child who would grow up to redefine our understanding of the natural world. This child was none other than Albert Einstein. While his parents were not academically inclined, young Albert displayed an early fascination with the mysteries of science, particularly mathematics and physics. This wasn't a typical child's curiosity, it was a profound, deep-rooted passion that baffled those around him. Albert's academic journey began in Munich at the Luitpold Gymnasium. However, his nonconformist nature and unconventional learning style didn't quite align with the rigid educational system of the time. The school's rote learning methods didn't cater to his curious mind, causing him to feel out of place. A significant shift happened when the Einstein family moved to Italy for business reasons. Albert, who was just 15 years old, made a bold decision. He chose to leave school, preferring to learn in his own way, at his own pace. Little did anyone know that this seemingly rebellious act was the first step of a journey that would forever change the face of science. At just 15, Einstein left school, setting the stage for a journey that would revolutionize our understanding of the universe. What would you do if you were a young, rebellious intellect in a rigid educational system? This was the question that Albert Einstein had to answer as a teenager. Born into a world that valued rote memorization over creative thinking, Einstein often found himself at odds with his teachers, but rather than conform, he chose a different path. In 1895, at the tender age of 15, Einstein made a bold move. He left his home country of Germany and relocated to Switzerland. He was drawn to the Swiss educational system, which placed a greater emphasis on independent thought and creativity. But the move was not without its challenges. Despite his brilliant mind, Einstein initially failed his entrance exam to the Swiss Federal Polytechnic in Zurich. Unfazed, he spent a year at a Swiss school in Aarau, honing his knowledge and preparing for a second attempt. When he was 17, Einstein was admitted into the Swiss Federal Polytechnic. Here, he pursued a course in physics and mathematics, a field that was still in its infancy, but held great promise. Over the next 4 years, he immersed himself in his studies, driven by a relentless curiosity and a desire to understand the mysteries of the universe. Upon graduation, however, Einstein struggled to find a job in his field. His rebellious spirit and nonconformist attitude had made him an outlier in the academic world. Eventually, he found work at the Swiss Patent Office in Bern. While this may not have been his dream job, it gave him the financial stability he needed to continue his scientific investigations. And so, Einstein spent his days reviewing patent applications and his nights immersed in scientific research. His work at the patent office was meticulous and required a keen eye for detail. This, combined with his innovative thinking, proved to be a potent combination. It was during his time at the patent office that Einstein began to formulate some of his most groundbreaking ideas. These would not only revolutionize the field of physics, but also change our understanding of the universe forever. What if you could change the world in a single year? Imagine it's 1905. Albert Einstein, a young patent examiner in Switzerland, is about to do just that. This year, affectionately known as Einstein's miracle year, saw him publish no less than 4 groundbreaking papers, forever altering the course of physics. Let's dive into these revolutionary theories that would become the bedrock of modern physics. First on the list was the photoelectric effect. Einstein proposed that light wasn't just a wave but also consisted of tiny packets of energy, or quanta. This theory, contradicting the prevailing wave theory of light, was a bold leap that would later earn him the Nobel Prize in physics. Next came Brownian motion. Ever looked through a microscope at tiny particles suspended in liquid? They jitter and dance around, right? That's Brownian motion. Einstein provided a mathematical explanation for this phenomenon, offering one of the first direct evidences of the existence of atoms. Then Einstein introduced the world to the theory of special relativity. He suggested that space and time were intertwined into a single continuum known as spacetime. The theory also proposed that nothing could travel faster than light, a concept that challenged the conventional understanding of physics. Finally, the fourth paper presented the famous equation, EMC squared, the mass-energy equivalence principle. This mind-bending concept proposed that mass and energy were interchangeable, that one could be converted into the other. It was a revelation that would later underpin the creation of nuclear power and atomic weapons. In just 12 months, Einstein had taken us on a dizzying journey, revolutionizing our understanding of the natural world. His ideas, born in that miracle year, would go on to shape the course of scientific thought for the next century and beyond. In just 1 year, Einstein had reshaped our understanding of the universe. From a patent office in Switzerland to the farthest reaches of the cosmos, the impact of Einstein's miracle year continues to be felt even today. Imagine being catapulted from an unknown patent clerk to an internationally renowned scientist within a few years. This was the reality for Albert Einstein following the confirmation of his theory of general relativity during the 1919 solar eclipse. The theory of general relativity, first proposed by Einstein in 1915, was a revolutionary approach to understanding gravity. It replaced the Newtonian concept of gravity as a force pulling objects toward each other, with the idea that massive objects cause a distortion in spacetime, which is felt as gravity. In essence, Einstein proposed that matter tells space how to curve, and space tells matter how to move. In 1919, British astronomer Arthur Eddington led an expedition to Principe Island off the west coast of Africa to observe a solar eclipse. Eddington's observations confirmed Einstein's predictions about the bending of light around the sun, providing the first experimental proof of the theory of general relativity. News of this achievement spread rapidly around the world, elevating Einstein to a level of fame usually reserved for movie stars and royalty. The New York Times declared, "Lights all askew in the heavens, Einstein theory triumphs." Overnight, Einstein became a global icon, his distinctive image recognized and celebrated worldwide. In 1922, Einstein moved to Berlin, the heart of the scientific world at the time. There he delved deeper into his research, making significant contributions to the fields of quantum mechanics and cosmology. The crowning moment came in 1921 when Einstein received the Nobel Prize in Physics not for his theory of relativity, but for his earlier work on the photoelectric effect. The Nobel Committee was still somewhat skeptical of the revolutionary and abstract nature of relativity. But it was clear that Einstein, the former patent clerk, had fundamentally reshaped our understanding of the universe. By the 1920s, Einstein had become a household name, but his journey was far from over. His fame and influence would only continue to grow, and his theories would forever change the way we perceive the world around us. How does a renowned scientist spend his twilight years? Einstein's final chapter began with an escape, a flight from the rising tide of Nazism in Germany. In 1933, Einstein emigrated to the United States, leaving behind a Europe on the brink of war. His new home? Princeton University in New Jersey, a place where his mind could roam free, unhindered by the turmoil across the Atlantic. At Princeton, Einstein was not content to rest on his laurels. He was driven by a dream of unifying the fundamental forces of nature into a single, coherent theoretical framework. This unified field theory, as it was called, became the holy grail of his later years. Despite the skepticism of his peers, Einstein pursued this quest with relentless determination, right up until his final days. But Einstein's influence extended beyond the realm of theoretical physics. In 1939, he found himself playing a crucial role in the inception of the Manhattan Project. It was Einstein who signed the letter to President Roosevelt, warning of the potential for a German atomic bomb and urging the United States to develop its own. While he was a pacifist at heart, Einstein saw the necessity of this drastic step in the face of a global threat. However, the march of time is relentless, even for a mind as brilliant as Einstein's. His health began to decline in the early 1950s, with the physicist suffering from an array of medical issues. Even then, he continued his work, his passion for understanding the universe undimmed. In April of 1955, Albert Einstein passed away. His life had been a journey of exploration, a quest for understanding that reshaped our view of the universe. But his death was not an end. Rather, it marked the beginning of a legacy that continues to this day. Einstein's legacy lives on, his theories still forming the basis of much of modern physics. His work on relativity has shaped everything from GPS systems to our understanding of black holes and the Big Bang. His contributions to quantum mechanics, while less well known, have been equally groundbreaking. A man who truly changed the world, Einstein remains a symbol of scientific genius. His name is synonymous with brilliance and innovation, a testament to the power of the human mind to unravel the mysteries of the universe. His final years, marked by both triumph and struggle, serve as a poignant reminder of the enduring human spirit, forever reaching for the stars.